Welcome back once again to MYTAKE. I'm Hussain. You may be wondering why there is a beautiful car, what we are discussing today in MYTAKE. Today we're not discussing about Donald Trump's tariffs, reciprocal tariffs, which shook the entire world, all the countries in the world, and the share market in India has crumbled down. We're not discussing about it. Neither we're discussing about the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Now we're discussing about the Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath of Uttar Pradesh. We're discussing something absolutely different. We're discussing today about electric cars in India. Why there is a poor manufacturing of electric cars in India? What is the reason behind it? If I tell you some of the statistics, it'll come to you as a rude shock. You'll be surprised that India produces only 2% of all the cars manufactured in India, only 2% are electric cars. Why there is such a poor performance? Why India is not able to manufacture so many electric cars compared to many other countries in the world, whereas all the countries in the world are changing their technology. They are moving from conventional sources of energy to the clean energy of electric cars. If I tell you the truth, in China, more than 45% of the cars registered in 2024 are electric cars. Well, there is consolation. There is some solace. Recently, India has exempted import duties on many items which help in the manufacturing of batteries for electric cars. 35 capital goods, that is 35 capital goods which help in the manufacturing of batteries for electric cars have been exempted, and 28 items of capital goods which help in the manufacturing of batteries for mobile phones have been exempted in the recent union budget 25-26. That is a good move by the government of India. This has been introduced by the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman in the Union Budget 2025-26. These taxes, import duties have been exempted. This helps in boosting the manufacturing of batteries which help electric vehicles. And also it increases our exports to other countries. The GDP of India will go up, and also there will be less pollution because of more electric cars. Why people are not so enthusiastic to buy electric vehicles in India? Because of the charging range anxiety, we say. But here I tell you a new fact from China. Earlier in March, a Chinese EV giant BYD, Chinese electric vehicle giant BYD unveiled its Super E platform, capable of giving a vehicle a 500-kilometer range with just 5 minutes of charging. Just 5 minutes of charging, you can travel 500 kilometers. A major leap forward, alleviating range anxiety, which is a key barrier to EV adoption. That's a wonderful news from China. Just imagine 5 minutes of charging, you can travel 500 kilometers. If you charge your vehicle for half an hour, you can travel from Kashmir to Kanyakumari without requiring any further charging. That is the major problem. and we are going to have it, this kind of electric batteries in India too shortly. So I gave you this Chinese EV giant BYD unveiled its Super E platform capable of giving a vehicle a 500-kilometer range with just 5 minutes of charging. So if people are assured this kind of batteries, I'm sure India can go to more than 65% of the cars manufactured in India will be electric cars. If this innovation comes to India, it will be a game changer. We can replace all the conventional vehicles which run on petrol, and we can reduce so much pollution in our cities. And I'll tell you here, in case of electric vehicles, the most expensive component of an electric vehicle is its battery. If I tell you, you won't believe, it will cost more than 40% of the car cost. EVs, electric vehicles cost is its battery. Still, it is that expensive. So the government of India is promoting, the government of India should take all initiatives to import all the components required to produce this kind of batteries, or in China they call it as Super E platform, with which you can drive 500 kilometers with just 5 minutes of charging. Because of this cost of the batteries of electric cars, there is a lot of discouragement among the buyers to buy. Not only for buyers, for many developing and poor countries. I'll give you some statistics here. This cost burden has slowed EV adoption, that is electric vehicles adoption, in lower income countries despite the long-term advantage of reducing oil imports, which is especially relevant for India. So if we adopt electric cars, if we produce more electric cars, if all people buy electric cars, we can reduce import of oil. We already know that India imports more than 90% of its oil requirements from Gulf countries and many other countries. And also the most expensive foreign exchange goes in importing oil from other countries in case of India. The moment we start manufacturing electric vehicles, the moment we reduce the cost of batteries, then we can reduce the burden of importing oil, spending huge foreign exchange. Another critical barrier is the lack of indigenous technological capability in battery manufacturing in India. China currently dominates this sector, producing over 70% of all EV batteries globally. More than 70% of the electric vehicle batteries they come from China. All the countries depend on the electric vehicle batteries from China. EV batteries globally, I told you like 70% they come from China according to the International Energy Agency. While EUs, that is EVs, electric vehicles, made up 45% of all car registrations in China in 2024, which I told you in the beginning of the video. They accounted for just 2% of India's passenger car market. This is such a poor performance. Only 2% of the cars manufactured in India are electric vehicles, EVs. Now let's see what is the position of electric vehicles. That's much better. That's why you must be seeing on roads in all the cities, not only in cities, even in small towns also, people are preferring electric scooters. However, electric two-wheelers, we call it E2W. Electric two-wheelers have seen notable momentum in India with 1.14 million units sold in 2024. 1.14 million scooters, electric scooters, have been sold in India in 2024, making up about 60% of the total EV sales. 60% of the total EV sales of scooties, mind it, or scooters or two-wheelers. The exemption of tariffs on many of the capital goods which help in the manufacturing of electric vehicle batteries, though they help to have good bilateral relations with the USA to avoid reciprocal tariffs. But now we'll give you more in detail. Though India's EV exemptions, that is electric vehicle batteries exemptions, are partially aimed at strengthening bilateral trade ties with United States and avoiding reciprocal tariff, the broader strategy objective should be to decarbonize its transport sector so that we'll have less pollution, though they are basically meant to avoid reciprocal tariffs of Donald Trump. India's long-term success in electric vehicle space will depend on its ability to leverage favorable trade policies, invest in research and development, and a strong foothold in the global battery ecosystem. We should secure a strong foothold in the global battery ecosystem. My take here is India should aim or should do everything possible. We should do everything possible to manufacture the electric vehicles batteries in India itself, spending huge money on research and development. Maybe we have to buy this technology from other countries, maybe from China, maybe from any other country. We should aim to produce such kind of batteries with which, I just gave an example of a Chinese battery. 5 minutes of charging can take you to 500 kilometers. Just imagine. 10 minutes of charging, 1000 kilometers. 20 minutes of charging, 2000 kilometers. That means from here to Kanyakumari. You can go to any part of India by charging your car just half an hour or 20 minutes. That's a wonderful gesture. This will help in many aspects. Number two, India will be able to produce the best electric vehicles and export to many other countries. There are many countries which are waiting for cheap electric vehicles. So we will be able to earn huge foreign exchange. India's GDP will go up. Employment level in the manufacturing of electric cars will definitely go up. India will become a hub of electric vehicles manufacturing. And also the best thing is, because of huge pollution, we already know that Delhi is the most polluted city in the world, most polluted city, the capital in the world. So we will be able to reduce pollution coming from vehicles. India should not hesitate to spend huge money in research and development and producing cheap electric cars with the best super batteries. Thank you guys for watching. Share, like, subscribe, and definitely comment about our videos. Thank you very much. Till we meet next time, goodbye.